active developer. It's my active self-active youth. It's Rahama. I'm right here in the studio today with my active youth panelists to give you a very interesting discussion tonight. Yeah, good evening once again. It's Diamond FM and the program is Active Youth right here in the studio. Actually, Active Youth is a radio program here that seeks to inspire change among the youth of Tamale in the areas of drugs, education, sanitation, violence, extremism, and entrepreneurship. Today I have with me here some two active youth from Tamale here. I don't know, but this is so inspiring. They have done something really very great that we seek today to explore them so that people listening will be able to learn from them, to be able to do better things than they have done. Before anything, I just like to introduce them to you before I allow them to talk. So today I have Mr. Yakubu Yusuf. He was actually born in the northern regional capital of Tamale. He attended Zobeli Primary School and Tishigu Anglican Junior High School and continued to be Business Senior High School in 2004 and completed in 2007. Because of his love for computers, he again proceeded to Ghana Telecom University College in 2008, where he obtained a certificate in information technology in 2009. I was in P5. And pursuing his passion for teaching and imparting knowledge, he moved further to the University for Global Studies in 2010 when I was in P6, where he studied Bachelor of Education and Social Sciences. Yakubu Yusuf is an author, a motivational speaker, and currently working with Right to Play International, a non-governmental organization that uses the power of play to educate and empower children. I believe from our informal discussion, I learned something that is through his book that he's been Right to Play, and I know during the discussion he will tell us more about it. Good evening, Mr. Yakubu.
Good evening, madam. And good evening to your listeners out there.
What's happening? Say something small.
Okay, yeah. Good evening to you. Good evening to your listeners out there. I'm so glad to be here. And I'm here for us to share knowledge. And I believe at the end of the program, somebody will be inspired, somebody will be motivated to go out there to live a better life. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. You see the motivational speakers? He's speaking their way. So anyway, we are really motivated. Okay, the second person is actually a mate. Someone I attended the same extra classes with during the primary and junior high school days. He had a very popular name, Evolution, because he used to recite a particular poem that he loved so much. Always, Evolution, Evolution. Yes, so we gave him that name. So he's Abdul Momin Abdul Hakim. He's a professional teacher, and he's from Tamale. Okay, and he attended Tamale College of Education. He was born and raised in Tamale, where he had his primary school education at Rokela Primary School from 2004 to 2006, and Tamale Presby School 2007 to 2009. He then proceeded to Zobeli Junior High School in 2010 to 2012. Yes, I mean, we should end here with Mr. Hakim because it is actually a very long profile, which you will be clarifying during the discussion. So these two people actually are authors. He also have written a book very recently, which we will be getting to know more from him. Hello, Hakim.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What's happening?
Everything is cool.
Everything is cool.
By His grace, we are doing very well.
With the book, how far?
We are still on it. I just started the process we are still working on getting more copies. It has not been in the market yet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just here to enlighten the people about what the book is about and why they should get a copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I need to get a copy too?
Sure.
But I saw,
In the course of the program, I'll tell you why you need to get a copy.
But I saw KG primary and GHS. I mean, the university level 400.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe in the course of the program, you get to know why you should get a copy.
Okay. Okay. That's good. So, so these are the two people I'm hosting here today. But okay, so let's get to know you more and the books. Mr. Yusuf,
Yes, please.
with the book you have written, it is purely a motivational book, right?
Yes, please.
Going beyond the limits. Can you briefly tell us something about the book?
All right, thank you very much. Going Beyond the Limit is a motivational and attitudinal change book
Okay.
which teaches critical factors teachers don't usually teach in the classroom.
Critical factors. Like?
Yes, teachers don't teach in the classroom, but which contributes greatly to the success of students both in school and in life after school. And in the book, I have outlined 12 critical steps teachers don't usually teach in the classroom, which is very, very important, but mostly you don't see our teachers teaching it. Because I'm a professional teacher myself. Yes, I'm a professional teacher myself, so I know what I'm talking about. So that is what the book contains. It is 12 critical steps outlined inside the book. Maybe as the program goes on, I would like to take each one of them to give more details on what each of the steps contain. So briefly, that is what Going Beyond the Limit is
And
all
each
about.
of these steps are motivating the reader.
Yes,
Is that the case?
yes, it's motivating the reader in a way, and it's also developing attitudes.
Okay.
Yes, in the reader as well. It's also developing attitudes as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. Going beyond the limit. I think the title is so catchy.
Going Beyond
I
the
have
Limit, Golden Steps Towards Academic Excellence.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Before I touch on what really the book is about, let me share a very few words about my profile, aside what you have read. When I completed senior high, that was in the year 2015, I decided to start teaching some private schools in Tamale here. Some of the schools that I taught was A.S. Kojo Memorial Daycare Primary and Future Graduates Academy, and then Tiza International School Complex. And during this period, I've observed that students at the basic level has a serious problem when it comes to a certain aspect of the English language, which is listening and speaking. You know, the English aspect, we have 5 aspects of the English language. We have listening and speaking, we have reading and comprehension, we have writing and composition, we have grammar, and then we have literature. For a child to be very good academically, he needs 4 basic things, and these 4 basic things is learned through the English language. That is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And I've observed that many of the students at the basic level, even before I became a professional teacher, I observed that many of the students at the basic level are having problem with spellings and pronunciation of words. And in that effect, it makes it difficult for them to be able to read. And that is what inspired me to write this book. And actually, the title of the book is Ambitious Phonetic Guide. People might not know why I kept ambitious there.
I just needed you to give me a summary of the book. Your motivation, inspiration, we will talk more about it.
No, I'm not going to talk about me being a poet or something like that. But I am a poet and I'm called ambitious, so that is why I used that caption.
Yes, so,
But the book is about phonetics. It's about pronunciation and spelling of words.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. So I came to see a poet. Ambitious a poet.
Sure.
Boots for boots all the time. Okay. Mr. Yusuf,
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, Hakim has actually talked a little about his inspiration.
Okay.
So I'd like to know from you what inspired going beyond the limit?
Wow. I think it dates back to 2013.
Okay.
Yes, that was when I was in my third year at the university. As part of my course of study at the university, you are supposed to go out for your out-campus teaching practice. So I was sent to Business Senior High School.
Okay.
When I got to Business Senior High School, I saw something strange because every morning you see teachers chasing students to go to the classroom. Even in the night, teachers have to chase students to go for prep. So I was wondering why. Why will you leave your home and come to school and somebody will have to chase you to go to class to study? I was surprised. So I said, okay, if I can get something that can maybe educate these students on the reason why they are in school. So I started searching. In the first place, I wanted to get a book.
Okay.
I wanted to get a book I could share to them that they will read, that will at least change their mindset towards what education. I searched and searched and searched, and I wasn't getting a book that suits the criteria I wanted. So one day in the course of my reading, I came across a quote by an American writer by name Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison said, if there is a book you want to read, and that book has not been written yet, then you must write it.
Wow.
If there is a book you want to read, and that book has not been written yet, then you must write it. Right from that moment, I said, wow, if I'm not getting this kind of book for these students to read, why don't I write this book myself? So right from that moment, I started writing Going Beyond the Limit. Yes, that idea gave birth to Going Beyond the Limit. And I used 1 year, 4 months to write the book. And when the book was finished, I published, and so far we sold over 3,500 copies of the book in the 3 northern regions.
For how many years now?
I think the last time I went round to sell books was in 2016.
Okay.
Since 2016, I haven't gone around to sell books, but I have published and I have given it to people to sell. So I believe now we should be selling more than 5,000 copies of the book. Yes.
Wow, I think, in 2016, during my level 100 days in school,
Yes.
you came to our campus.
Okay.
I actually had to go for a different program, so I missed it.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Okay. Using 1 year, but you said something I'd like to repeat again.
Okay.
Talking about if there is a book you have to read.
If there's a book you want to
If
read,
there's a book you want to read, okay, and it's not written yet,
you have to write
you
it.
have to write it. I
Yes.
hope you are listening, active it out there.
You have to write it.
You have to write that book.
Yes. Even if nobody will read that book, write it. Because that book was given to you and you alone. Nobody can write that book except you.
Wow.
Yes, nobody.
This is powerful.
Very
I mean,
powerful.
you know, we have an author and a motivational speaker, so everything he says is motivation. I believe by the time we leave here, we're all going to be so much motivated to do better for ourselves and for the people around us. And it's great to have you here, Mr. Yusuf.
Thank you.
Hakim,
Yeah, madam.
I'm talking about, it's okay to identify that these are the problems the kids are facing, and so you need to do something about it. Do you understand? So why didn't you decide to rather teach them or advise the school to add something to what has already been done, okay, just to help improve that aspect of the student? I mean, why picking writing a book as your solution? Because there are so many options you could explore.
Well, let me start by saying that there is this saying that the beauty of life does not depend on how happy you are, but how happy others can be because of you.
Okay. I thought you told me the same things that you said. If there is a book you want to read. Okay, we are listening.
Well, you know for sure that every problem has a solution, and there are so many solutions to a particular problem. But I chose to come out with this book because I've realized that the problem I have identified is a major challenge, not only to the students, but even to teachers as well.
Okay.
Even, we teachers don't find it very easy treating that aspect of English. Because even some of the words we pronounce in English, you pronounce it and you are like, so why? Why is this one like this? So how more teaching it to the students? And whatever you are doing in life and you are passionate about it, you would like to make research upon research and know why is this so and why is this. I don't know whether you are getting me.
Yes.
So
yeah, getting me.
I realized that if I mean to teach my students, those I'm in the same school with, those I teach, if I mean to tell them that these are the steps that you should follow to be able to correct or to deal with your challenges when it comes to spelling and pronunciation of words. What of students who are at other schools, who are also at the basic level but are not in my school? They are in a different place. You get that? So to be able to solve that problem holistically, or to be able to solve that problem everywhere, then you have to put it in the form of a book. I've never written a book before, but I've taken the challenge to say, look, I have done my research and I've realized that some of the basic problems that the students are facing with regards to phonetics are because of A, B, C, D. Let me put them together, bring it out there. If there are corrections, fine. People will call you and say, next time do this, next time do that. And at the end of the day, you are not only solving the problem alone, but people are coming on board to help you solve the problem.
Wow. It is not an individual thing.
Yeah.
So you believe that collectively people can help you make a better copy for everyone's benefits. Sure. Oh, that's great. Mr. Yusuf.
Yes, please.
1 year, 4 months.
Yes, please.
What made it? Because I think it's long. I know people have used years to write books. Okay, so what made it so? Why was it within that way? I'm not saying it was short. It depends on you and it depends on the content. It depends on what you were putting on board. But what made it within that time? Not that long. That time.
That time, okay.
It could be a bad thing or positive thing. It depends on what you tell us.
Okay then. For me, I believe that I should have even written it much earlier.
Okay.
Yes. The reason why it even delayed up to 1 year, 4 months was simply because I didn't believe in myself.
Okay.
I didn't believe in myself. When I wrote the book, I had finished writing the book at a point. I confided in people I believed in. I confided in people I think they should give me good advice. I even confronted somebody who was much educated more than me to look at the book. When the person picked up the book, the person told me that, these days, how many people read? Don't waste your time, because even people here don't want to read.
You spoke to the wrong
Yes. When that person told me that, I called back. I was having the manuscript of the book. It was in my room. I was looking at it every single day because of what that person said. At the point I said no. That was after that was some few months after I finished my national service. I said no, this shouldn't be the case. I have to publish this book. There are people out there who are waiting to read this book. I wouldn't die and go to my grave with this book inside me. Because at that moment, if I had died, nobody would have even known that I have written a book somewhere. They would have buried me with that book. So that was one of the reasons why I think I delayed in writing this book. And I know there are people out there who want to write. Write, even if no one will read your book. I believe that everybody can write a book. You don't need to be intelligent in order to write a book. That was the way I used to think. People who write are very intelligent. But I have come to the realization that if you are passionate about something, you can write about it. So people out there who really want to write, they should write. They shouldn't listen to people. Yes, when we get into the steps I have outlined in the book, this is part of it.
Okay.
This is part of it.
Okay. But I'm very curious. When you're a motivational speaker, Or you became one after them?
I think good. I think since senior high school, I had a dream to become a motivational speaker.
Okay.
It started way back at senior high school,
Okay.
but as I said, I was born with a speaking deficiency, which is I stammer. When I was in senior high school, it was too serious. When I even raised my hand to answer a question in class, the words wouldn't just come. I was struggling. I was struggling. The words wouldn't come, and people would laugh. Imagine somebody who wants to be a motivational speaker. You want to speak to the public, but unfortunately, you have a problem with your voice. Can you imagine that? So it started right at senior high school. I think during entertainment, I used to pick the microphone trying to speak. The words will not just come, people will laugh. But I had that dream to be a motivational speaker. I wanted to use my voice to impact people. The clear is the case. The same people I want to impact are laughing at me when I speak. So it was just one day again. I saw a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, which says, "Nobody can make you feel inferior without your own consent."
Wow.
Nobody can make you feel inferior without your
Okay,
own consent.
why?
Yes. You see, so when I saw that
I'm
quote,
loving this guy.
see, when I saw that quote, I felt like the quote was speaking to me because I was giving people the opportunity to laugh at me. So right from that moment, any opportunity I get, I speak to the microphone and people will laugh. I will still be standing there speaking. And since I took that bold decision, my stammering has reduced drastically. When you meet me for some time and I don't even tell you, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So what I want to tell somebody out there,
Okay.
the best way to conquer your fear is to do the things you are afraid to do.
Wow.
So that was how I became a motivational speaker.
That is how he became a motivational speaker. And I know maybe there is someone somewhere who is battling with some problems, maybe similar to yours. Exactly, or similar. I hope listening to Mr. Yusuf is enough motivation. But I like how you motivated yourself by just reading excerpts from books or quotes. That's very good. If everyone was to relate more to things like this, I mean, a lot of lives would have changed. But I believe there was something extra than just reading the quote. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes.
You already something from within you.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, you can't just read a quote.
Yes.
Yes.
You see, I was already having that fire inside me then, but I just wanted something to push me out.
Okay.
That is why you see people who go for trainings on how to speak in public. There are so many people who fear to speak in public.
Yeah.
They are so scared. And they go for trainings upon trainings upon trainings, and yet they can't speak in public. And I have one belief. If you have not made the decision inside to do something, no matter the support you get, you will never do it. I made that decision.
So you made a decision, that's why the little support you had from quotes from people you don't even know helped you. Wow, that's great. That's great. I hope you listen and activate so much motivation here. We're so lucky to have a motivational speaker here. So everywhere we outside is motivation. Thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf.
Thank you.
Ambitious.
Madam.
So
don't call you Mama, I'll call you Madam.
how long? How long have you started? For how long are you working on this book? Because I know you're still working. You have completed, but it is not out. I mean, within what time did you used to write?
Well, for this book, I can say it has taken me for a period like 5 to 6 months.
Okay, that's shorter.
5 to 6 months. Actually, I got to realize that books on phonetics are not common in the market. They are not there. Even when we used to teach at the basic level, the book we used to dwell on was I want to start reading volume 1, volume 2, and that one only had to do with some 2-letter words and 3-letter words. So books on phonetics are not that much, and phonetics was the major problem students face at the basic level.
Okay.
So as a passionate teacher, I said, no, let me take the bull by the horn. Let me take the bold step and do it. Knowing very well that in the course of it I might make mistakes, but I still have that confidence to start.
Okay.
If the mistakes come on the way, there's a saying that you are interested in that. Anyone who has not made a mistake in life is someone who has not done anything.
Okay.
If you have done something in life, you will definitely make a mistake. And when you make a mistake, you don't get demoralized by that mistake. You rather learn from it and move on. So I just told myself that don't bother about the mistakes that you might make in the course of the book you are going to write. That is what I told myself. And I got inspired. I started. Actually, it wasn't easy because sometimes I'll be in my room, somewhere 1, 2, making research. Just trying to make sure that the book is arranged in a particular order or chronologically for someone to take it, and it will be able to deal with that specific problem. And this book is not only for students. I made it in a way that there are certain aspects I will have to explain for even the teacher who is going to deliver that lesson for the students to be able to use that as a guide. Because like I said earlier, most of them even find it difficult. Most of the teachers find it difficult teaching.
So how can you go to every buyer to explain this? Or you have put in measures that will help you easily do that?
Well, you see, it's not like we don't teach phonetics at the basic level.
Okay.
But then I've realized that we use much of the traditional method than the modern techniques. The traditional technique is just the chalkboard-based approach. That is where you write the words on the board.
Yes. So
T-A-B-L-E table, then they will respond.
How are you going to let them know how they can best use the book?
That is what I'm saying. Any aspect of the book, I've provided some explanation.
Okay.
I don't just write words down. Okay. I try to provide explanation to tell you that this is why this word is this. Okay. For example, you tell a child that...
Yeah, I think I've seen something here. So this one is saying teachers and students guide. Teachers should assist pupils to read and write sentences with 3-letter words on their own. Introduce pupils to reading of I want to start reading volume 2 as familiarize them with reading of text involving 3 letters in case you can't any. A few sentences with 3 letters are provided below. I've seen something like that. So that's what I was just asking. I thought you will have to go to every customer.
No. I did the explanation, everything in the book.
Okay.
And then I was talking about modern techniques of spellings.
Okay.
One of them is teaching the child some of the rules governing the words they spell. Because you tell a child that the sound of C is K. So to spell cat, you say C-A-T. K-A-T. Cat. And now you write a word like C-E-L-L on the board. And you tell the child it is cell. The child gets confused. You told me C is K. But why are you now telling me that C-E-L-L is cell? The child was expecting you to say kel. So why is it so? You need to tell the child why. And all these are provided in the book.
Okay, so do you think it is a better option to explore CD record like something?
Sure. Very good. Even tutors I showed this to were very happy seeing me putting this book like this. But they also advise that as time goes on, this is just the start.
Okay.
As time goes on, maybe in the future, we can do a CD and attach it to it. So maybe for the first edition, we'll just bring it out that way. But for the second edition, for sure we are going to
I don't know how good you are with computers, but there could also be a kind of programming that will make it much easier for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like program.
That's
the beauty of IT.
You are there, so I'll sit when I need
Mr.
assistance,
Yusuf,
I'll come.
you said something earlier.
Okay.
You didn't believe in yourself,
Yes.
and so you're so afraid to bring it out.
I was scared.
We have people who are not even afraid. It's not that they don't believe in themselves. What they are bringing out is not good, but I mean, they just haven't started at the beginning. That's where the fear starts. So they can't even start writing anything. What do you have to tell someone seated somewhere
Okay.
who also had inspiration to come up with something like Akim has done, or what you have done, or what others have done,
Okay.
but is very afraid to even put a pen on a paper to write something because they believe that they can't do it, but they have the idea of what they want to write.
All right then. Thank you very much. I know people out there. They have ideas, they have plans, they want to do things,
Okay.
but they are scared to do it. If maybe one of them is listening to me right now, I just want to tell you. I want to borrow the words of Benjamin Franklin, who said, "You may delay, but time will not."
Okay.
How long are you going to hold on to that idea? Time is running out. You don't know when you are going to leave this earth. So why don't you put that idea into good use? What is holding you back? Are you scared? Are you afraid of what people are going to say? I just want to tell you, no matter how good you are, people will still talk. People will still talk, no matter how good you are. So if you are listening to me right now and you have an idea, you are scared to bring it to life, get people in your life who will hold you accountable. Yes, at a point I had friends who were holding me accountable. I told friends I was writing a book, and I told them to hold me accountable to the writing of the book. So at a stage, those friends will call me, "Yusuf, how far have you gone with the book? What have you written today?" Those friends were checking up on me. They were holding me accountable to my words. So if you are scared out there, get somebody you believe in, get somebody you can confide in. Share your idea with that person. But when you are choosing the person, I want to tell you to be very careful.
Yeah.
I have some group of people I call fire extinguishers. They kill the fire in you. Yes, there are people like that. Yes, they kill the fire in you.
Okay.
The person you discuss your idea with will go a long way to determine whether the idea will come to life or not. So get people who believe in you, share your ideas with them, and tell them to hold you accountable. Let them be checking up on you from time to time. And again, I believe in something. If you are still here, you have an idea, you are scared. You have not gotten to a point where you are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Okay.
I got to a point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of putting my writing down. I was annoyed. I was angry with my own self. You see, when you get to that stage, you won't take some things from you yourself. That fear, you won't take it anymore. The fact that I have to make a better impact in the world is more important than any kind of fear that can hold me back.
Okay.
The fact that I have to put food on my family's table is more important than any kind of fear that will hold me back.
This is so interesting. So that means that when you write a book too, it makes it so easy so that you can put food on the table.
That was not the main motive.
Okay.
But one thing is that when you do something and it's good, people love it.
Yeah.
They will pay you for it.
Yeah.
When you are able to solve a problem in society, I believe I came out with the book to solve a problem. That was the first intention. And the more problems you solve in the world, the more people will pay you. So the more people I meet and I share the book with them, the more they pay me for my services, and it puts food on my table.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, so if you're listening and you're just thinking that it's just about writing a book and sending it out, no. I mean, he was telling us that there is money.
I'm not saying that. That is not. That is not. That is not the main reason. Yes, because.
Yeah, I understand. But
Yes.
I just want them to understand. You know, a lot of people, we are so different.
Yes.
But it shouldn't be like that. Money shouldn't be the major thing. We should
No.
do something. Yeah, but we still have people who look forward to that before doing anything. Yeah, so if you have someone like that,
Okay.
though they definitely solve the problem, but they're so interested in money too. So it can be a motivation for them.
Okay.
Just, no matter what we do, we still have people
Yes.
who will definitely do things just because.
Yes.
But that's so bad, very bad.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to, I don't know. I know people argue, but
You
you
give up.
you wouldn't give it to all.
You'll give up at the early stage, especially with a book, especially in this part of the world.
Okay.
In this part of the world, you can write the best book in the world, but selling it is a challenge on its own.
Okay.
I have met people who have written books. When you go to their rooms, they still have thousand copies of those books in their room. How to sell it is a problem. So you see, if you are somebody who wrote a book simply because you want to make money, and just a few months after launching that book, you are not able
making money
to sell those books to make money, you will give up.
Wow.
It's not the money.
So even in this, it has to be true passion.
It's the passion.
Wow.
It's
The
the
genuine willingness
Yes.
to actually solve the problem you want. Right. About Mr. Yusuf, I don't know. I think that should be your next name. You like coach so much. Why is it so?
You see, when it comes to coach,
you have to coach before.
yes, when it comes to coach, it plays a major role in my life.
Okay.
Yes, because I believe quotes are what wise sayings
Okay.
that you can easily pick and then interpret what it means.
Okay.
And if you feel like the quote is talking about you, you consume it inside
Okay.
and at least see how it can change your life. I like quotes so much. Yes, and I know a number of them, and I'm grateful for that.
Okay, so yeah, it's still active youth right here on Diamond X3 Consumer FM. I hope you're listening. Very soon I'll be giving you the chance to call us to add whatever you think to what we're talking about here. But before that, right now you can actually send me a text message. So I'll mention my text line, so you start letting them in. So my text line is 024 2691 024 2691 024 2691 At exactly 7:25, I'll give you the call line so you can call us in and let us hear whatever you have. I think I know you mentioned it here. If you've never failed, that means you've never done anything. I think it is just like if you've never had any challenge, you've not done anything. I think there are challenges regarding your journey of bringing out a book to help children, right? Or to help even myself, because you're telling me that I will need it. So, what are some of the challenges so far? From the problem identification and the solution. What are some of the challenges so far
that I've faced?
Yes.
Actually, I've faced a serious challenge. I mean, the major challenge right now is financing of the project I'm trying to bring out. That is a major challenge. And
Money.
yeah, money, everything. Nothing good comes easy. You need to put in money before you'll be able to reap the benefit of whatever you are bringing out. So right now, I'll just say the major problem is money, because for the time I have wasted to write the book, the sleepless nights I was enduring, that one I don't see it to be a problem. I don't see it to be a challenge, because that is a passion. If you have the passion for something, you don't even, you don't even care killing yourself to do that thing. If you have the passion for
Killing
something.
is stronger.
Okay, let's say I'm exaggerating it, but what I'm trying to say is that, you don't mind doing anything to be able to achieve
it.
That is what I'm trying to say. So with that one, I don't see it to be a challenge. The major challenge right now is the money that will print the books and bring it out there. And like my brother rightly mentioned, whatever you are doing, though you don't just do it with the mindset that I'm expecting to get more money. If you do that, you don't put all effort in whatever you are doing. But for you to be able to bring it out, surely money will be a challenge. surely that one money will be a challenge. And so that is what we are still working on.
So the key thing is money.
Yeah.
Wow.
The key
Miss
thing is
Aisen,
money.
do you have different view when it comes to what you faced?
Oh.
Was it money or something extra?
It's a big question.
This
I think
means that
last, I don't know whether that was last year, I was at UDS and I shared a story. And money has been a challenge. Money has been a challenge because you need money to publish.
Yeah.
And I'm not the kind of motivational speaker who will come and tell you, you can do it, life is easy, come on. But no. Writing a book and getting it published is hard.
yeah.
I wouldn't lie about it. It's hard. When I finished mine, I had no job at that time. I had no money, but I had the passion to see the book come to life. I was in Tamale. I tried all my possible best to get money. I wasn't getting. I decided one day that no, if I'm in Tamale, I think I contacted a lot of people here to support, and they were not willing to support in that endeavor. I left Tamale here with just a manuscript of the book. I went to Accra. When I got to Accra, the money that was on me was not even up to 100 Ghana. I contacted people I knew in Accra who could help me. I tried
people
my
are already
possible
calling
best.
me. It's not time. I received a call at exactly 1 minute more.
Look, I tried my possible best to reach out to people who could help me in Accra.
Okay.
They all failed me. And at that point, I decided to take wisdom from the words of Claire Oliver. Claire Oliver once said, society may predict, but only I can determine my destiny.
You have to give me some of your books.
Yeah.
Right from that moment, I decided that I wasn't going to come back to Tamale without at least 500 copies of my book.
Wow.
I was just passing by a house in Accra, and a friend told me that former President Kufuor lives in this house. I told my friend the next day I was coming to see him. My friend told me that, come on, even those who are in Accra, it's not easy to have access to him. I'll just come from my Tamale and want to meet the man. I told him the next day I will come. Early in the morning the next day, the whole night I couldn't sleep. He was just on my mind. By 7:38, I was at his door. Before I got there, they stopped me, asked me, what do I want here? I told them I was here to see the former president. They asked me, does he know I'm coming? I told a holy lie. And the lie was that, yes, he knows I'm coming. Because when he came for former Vice President Ali Mohammed's funeral, I told him of a book I was writing, and he said when I finished with the book,
Wow.
I should give him a copy. The man told, it was around 7:30, he told me that I should wait for his spokesperson, Frank Ajikum. I waited at the gate around 7:30 to somewhere 2:30 in the afternoon. I was standing there, I was focused.
Wow.
I was focused. Either I get it or I get it, I'm not going home. When Frank Ajikum came around 2:30, he asked me, I told him the same thing. He told me, young man, are you sure? I said, yes, sir, I'm sure. When we go in and the man said he doesn't know you, I will throw you out. I said, yes, sir, he knows me. So when we entered, in the middle of the compound, some guys were there. He told me that these are the guys who will throw me out if I'm lying. I said, yes, sir. So we entered. Before we got to where the old man was, there were two guys there. He repeated the same thing. I said, yes. And the moment we entered his hall, the moment he saw me, he told me, young man, you are welcome. What can I do for you? I told him the same thing when you came for former Vice President Ali Mohammed. He said, okay, do you have a script of the book here? I said, yes, sir. He said I should come and sit down. So I sat down, he took the manuscript, went through it. And when I was leaving, he was the first person to give me money to publish first 500 copies of my book. Yes, that was the price I was willing to pay to get my book published. For me, I believe that, Rama, when you are doing something good, somebody will be out there to help you. Yes.
Hakim, I hope you have learned something from this.
When you are doing something good, somebody out there will be definitely willing to help you. I will never forget this.
So the problem you're currently facing with regards to money, know how yours in life. But don't let them get you.
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's time for you to call me. So you can actually call me through 037 202 3261, 037 202 3261. 037 202